Today I will show you how you can do a complex light on an object with just one light source. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun episode. For example, you want to take a photo of an object and you want to make really cool complex light setup. You want to have one light from the front, maybe two from the sides, another from the back, or maybe you want to put some color gels on few lights, maybe you want one side to be blue, another red. But unfortunately, you just have one light source. No problem, because today I will show you how you can do all of that with just one light source. It doesn't matter if you're taking a photo of a small object like I did for this example. I took a photo of this really nice, small and fast car, or you're taking a photo of a big truck or this small computer mouse, whatever. These techniques will work exactly the same for any kind of object. All you need to have is just one light source. It can be a small LED like I use for this example, or it can be maybe a mobile phone flashlight, or it can be a big studio flashlight. Depends on the size of the object and the brightness of the light source, but you just need one light source. All you need to do is to put your camera on a tripod and put it in a manual mode. You need to lock the exposure, f-stop and the ISO. And then you need to use your one light source and to take several different photos with a light source from several different positions. So I took one photo from the front of this vehicle, another from one side, another from another side, and one from the top. So I have 4 different photos. And now we will jump in the Lightroom and Photoshop and show you how you can really easily and really fast combine those photos together and control each light separately. So let's do it. As you can see right here, I have 4 different photos, 4 different exposures that I took with just one light source, this small LED light. And for the first photo, this is the brightest photo, I bounced this light from just regular white piece of paper to get a little bit softer result. So if this is my truck right here, I used white piece of paper and bounced the light from that white piece of paper to have a little bit softer light, because this will give a little bit more harsher light, as you can see on other photos right here. And this is from the front side, this is from the top, and this is from the right side of the truck. So now I will select all of these photos, right click and say edit, open as layers in Photoshop. While we are waiting for Photoshop to open all those files, I just want to take this moment and say that this episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is a cool place if you want to expand your current skills or to gain some new skills. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on photo editing, video effects like After Effects, even 3D, or something completely different like maybe cooking, etc. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. They're offering classes designed for real life, so you can move your creative journey forward without putting life on hold. You can learn and grow with short classes that fits your busy routine. And because they're sponsoring this episode, they're giving you guys first 1,000 subscribers 2 months completely free premium account there. So that means that you will gain access to all the content on the website and use those 2 months to gain some new skills or expand your current skills. All you need to do is to follow the link down there in the description, sign up and gain your 2 free months. Also, Skillshare is pretty affordable. The annual plan is less than $10 per month. After your 2 months expired, if you like Skillshare, you can continue with the subscription. If you don't like it, you can just cancel it, no questions asked. Right now, let's go back to Photoshop. Okay, now that we opened all 4 photos, I want to go with this photo. This is my base photo, and I want to go all the way down and to hide all other exposures. So why I'm saying that this is my base photo? Because here the truck is mostly visible. On these photos, as you can see, the truck is just partially visible, and this Jeep, this vehicle, just partially visible because the light is from specific angles. So it's really easy to just transfer just the light from this photo to this photo. How to do that? Just select the layer that you want to transfer and go from normal blending mode to lighten blending mode. It's simple as that. As you can see, we are just transferring the light. So this is on, this is off. And the beauty of this technique is that you have full control over that light source separately on a separate layer. So what you can do here, you can lower the light intensity so you can have just a little bit of the light or a little bit more you can change the color of the light by going, for example, hue and saturation adjustment layer, clip it to affect only this light and colorize. And now, as you can see, you can change to any color. Maybe you want to blue color from the front and you want to saturate it even more. Maybe you want to make it, you don't want to do that, but if you want to make it brighter, you can go with the curves and just clip it and make it even brighter, just that light source, and so on and so forth. So you have full control over every single light source. So for now, I will cancel this hue and saturation adjustment layer. Okay, then let's go to a few other light sources. Let's go to this and this. I will select both of them and put into light and blending mode. So this is before, this is just one plain exposure, and this is after with 4 different exposures. Like I would take this photo with 4 different light sources and get just this from one exposure. But if you have just one light source, this is really cool and easy technique. Also, you can use a bigger flash and take a photo of really big, huge truck with just one flash and go from a few different positions and then combine everything in Photoshop. So now I will show you a few other tricks that you can do, how you can control every single of these lights. So let me show you this. Let's go first with this light. The beauty of this is that you can create a layer mask, and with the black brush right here, I like to use soft brush like that and maybe 20% opacity, you can just remove parts of the light where you don't want that light to be too much visible. So as you can see, I just removed the light from here. Maybe I don't want light so much visible here, but maybe I want. So I have full control over that. Then let's go to another light. This is a top light, as you can see. It's hitting my tires here and the top part of the car or the vehicle. And maybe here, this is too bright. So I will go with 10% opacity brush and just slightly dial down this light. So this is before, this is after. It's really cool. Then let's go to this light source, and this is from the back and side right here. And what I don't like here, this is too bright for my taste. And I will go again and just nail a little bit, dial it a little bit down just to have better. Let me see, something like this is cool. And this is before, this is after, however you want it. If you want this bright, perfect, you have it. If you don't want it, you can always use layer mask. And also you can dial everything down. Maybe you want a little bit less intense light source. Maybe you want to have it bright like this. It doesn't matter. And this is it. Now what I can do, I can crop this photo to 16:9 because I love that aspect ratio. And after that, I can just play with some colors. If I want to colorize this photo, I can go and maybe I want to select all of these other lights, then the main light, group it, Control or Command G, and bring this out of the group and clip it to affect only the group. But now we need to go with the pass through to lighten for the group, and this is it. Now I'm controlling the color of all other lights than the main light. And here, if I go on the layer mask, I can say, right, I don't want color to be here. I want this to be green, okay? And everything else can be colorized, it doesn't matter, but this chassis here can be green. All right, so this is a cool example. We can make it maybe more like this, lower the saturation of it, maybe lower the brightness here or use curves. So just don't make everything brighter because you will make a mess. And this is basically it. If you don't want that, if you just want plain photo, it's okay. I will now merge everything together with Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, and then go to filter, camera filter, and just play a little bit with the settings to make it even better. You will see. So here what I like to do, I like to go to vignetting and just add a little bit of vignette here, feather it, go all the way up and add a tiny bit of contrast. Open the shadows a little bit, as you can see, not too much. And I want to add a texture and clarity because I want to make it a little bit more punchy. And then I want to go to the colors down below. And I want to change the hue of the green. I want to turn it into gold, yellowish color. So this is pretty cool. I like this color here. And also, let's go to saturation, boost the saturation a little bit of that these two colors, green and yellow. And also I don't want this magenta tint over the rest of the vehicle, so I will go with the magenta all the way down and also with the purples and the red. And now it's better. This is before, this is after. I really like it. Also what I can do, I can sharpen it a little bit. As you can see, when I sharpen this, I'm sharpening the background too, so I can go with the mask. When I'm holding Alt or Option key, I'm seeing my mask, so everything that is white will be sharpened. So I don't want background, as you can see. I just want like that. Perfect. And let's see if this is it. I can go here maybe to add a little bit more bluish tone in the shadows and only darker shadows. So as you can see, like this. And this is it. I will press OK. And this is the result. If you want to change something, you can always go back to layers, change the color of the Jeep, whatever you want. This is our starting position, just one light source, and this is after this really simple, easy and fast technique, you will get something like this, much better, more interesting and more pleasing to the eyes. Also, you can do exactly the same thing, but just with the blue color on the other lights except the main light, and you will get something like this. Great guys, so that would be it for today. I really hope that you liked this episode and that you learned something new, cool, fun and interesting out of this one. One more time, it doesn't matter if you're taking photo of some small object like this computer mouse, a little bit bigger object like this vehicle that I used for today's episode, or maybe a big truck or whatever, it's exactly the same principle. You have one light, just take several different photos, bring it to Photoshop, put everything into a lighten blending mode except the base photo, the main photo that you use as the base photo, and there you have it. In case you have any kind of questions regarding to this episode, please leave me down there in the comment section below. I will be glad to answer it. Also guys, I released my first photo manipulation essential course. If you want to check it out, follow the link down there in the description. It's currently on discount, and also if you apply to my newsletters, you will get even 20% more discount, so take this opportunity. Have fun, experiment, and see you in my next fun episode. Bye bye.